So,
My fish was named Imad.
well, he's not my pet fish. I put him back in the river once I caught him. Yes, please ask about Herbie. Number 4.
Yes, number 4.
Use the formula twice. Once for your low estimate of girth and length, and one for your high ones, and figure out boundaries for Herbie's weight. Okay.
So it was length times girth times growth, and that was the
Both girths.
girth that we got for the,
Up top, the one right before it, right?
and then the other one, so like, my measurements were 17 meters,
So your girths were
10.2 and 10.8.
excellent, same as Ellie here. Perfect, love it. So then you took the
2 times 10.8 divided by 800.
no. You used the same girth twice. Let's chat about that, okay? I love what you're asking. I love what you're asking. Let's make sure it makes sense. So what you're gonna do, what I'm getting you ready for here, and thank you for this question, Nika. This is a great question. What you're actually doing here is what's called a confidence interval in statistics. So when statisticians study stuff, they have to take what are called estimates of what they're studying. Nobody knows, for example, what the average length of a trout is in a river, or how many trout there are in a river. It was our first lab, if you remember, trying to figure out how many bass there were in a lake. So what they do is they collect some data, and that data gives them an estimate of a measure. But a statistician knows that the estimate is only probably at best close to what they're looking for. What they need is not just close. It's kind of like hunting with buckshot versus hunting with a single bullet. Buckshot is often used because when you take the shot and the buck goes like this, the shot goes like this, you have a better chance of hitting something because you've had a wider range. That's what you're doing with Herbie. You're setting up, based on the fact that you couldn't exactly measure how long he was, you said he was between 17 and 18 inches, right? So let's start with those numbers right there. So I'm gonna put low length and high length. And when I say low and high, Nika, all I mean is of the two numbers you got, one was smaller than the other. Is that fair? Okay, so the low length was 17 inches, the high length was 18 inches. And I know some of you had different estimates than this, so that's totally fine. As I saw you measuring, some people were calling it between 17 and 19, some were saying 18 and 19. Totally fine, it doesn't matter. I'm not looking for, if I need precision, I'd bring the damn fish. I wouldn't actually. I would have put a ruler down next to him and then said, here he is. But the point of this is we can get some information even not having the fish or the exact measurement with us. Thank you. Okay, so now, Nika, you already also told me you figured out his girth based on both of these, yes?
Yes.
So the low girth, you said was 10.2 inches, right?
Yeah. Yep.
As Connor said, girthy. That's almost a foot around. I mean, think about a foot ruler and then bend it around in a circle. That's how fat this thing was in the middle. Pretty fun. And then the high girth was 10.8, is that correct?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's even closer to a foot. That's only an inch shy of a foot, so this is a big fatty fish. The Anna River is a wonderful place to fish if you've never fished it. It's super fun. MTH is going, I know. All right, now, to do the weight estimate, you're gonna take the length times the girth, and then divide that by 800.
So if I did 10 point the first time, but I got 2.21.
Hang on one second. So let me just make sure I understand what you did. Let me slide the camera over too so you can see what's going on here. Here we go.
So you multiply.
Go ahead, Jenna.
I don't understand the girth times girth. Is it both the girths?
No, it's each girth. You're gonna do two different calculations. One using the low numbers and one using the high numbers. And you're gonna assume his weight is somewhere in between those two things. So the top one, we're gonna do it right now. For the low weight calculation, you're gonna do 17 inches times 10.2 inches times 10.2 inches.
Don't you think maybe you should have done girth squared, maybe?
Like the
Sure.
instructions.
So then it would have been more clear, I guess?
I like that suggestion very much.
Okay.
But would that be clearer than just writing girth twice? Like, why would you think to use both girths in the same calculation?
Times girth, and that's not girth.
But if you look at the instructions for 4, it says do the formula twice, one for your low estimates of girth and length and one for your high. So it actually tells you right there to use the low numbers first and then the high numbers. Does that make sense? I was trying to leave exponents out because it actually started life. When I first wrote this, I had the exponent and that confused it. They were multiplying it by 2. Yeah, so I went with this, which, as far as I know, was less confusing. Now, maybe it's not. Maybe I can make that part number 4 clearer. But now we see what we want to do, right? We actually want to multiply it by the same one and then divide that by 800, correct, Nika?
Yeah, I got 2.21.
So that gives you 2.21, and that's in pounds.
Right.
So, on the low end, this fish is 2.2 pounds. On the high end, we're going to use the high numbers. High weight is going to be 18 inches times 10.8 inches times 10.8 inches divided by 800, which gives you, there you go, 2.62 pounds. So we've got 2 estimates of this puppy dog's weight. Between 2.2 pounds and 2.6 pounds. Big fatty slab of a fish. Beautiful.
Is that really that? Is that big for a fish?
For a rainbow trout, Matthias, I'm gonna let you answer this, brother. How does that compare? You've caught some beautiful fish. How does about a 2.5 pound fish? How does that compare? Is that a decent sized fish for a trout? Somewhere in the middle? It's not great. It's not. You're not gonna write home about it. Now, Nika, I'm going to answer it from my own experience. That's one of the biggest trout I've ever caught out of a river. So, and again, it's all perspective, right? Matthias is able to coax those big-ass trout out of the fall. Big, beautiful, shiny trout, 17, 18, 19 inches long, right? Big browns and whatnot. Me, a lot of times I spend my days up in the mountains in the summer catching little tiny 5, 6, 7-inch mountain trout on little tiny fishing rods. So this, to me, feels like a barracuda. It had my 3-weight rod bent all the way. It took me 10 minutes to land him. And that's why I wanted to get him back in the water. He was exhausted. I wanted to get him back in the water, let him go back to eating whatever the hell they eat to get that big. So, yeah, I mean, you can feel him when he's there, but it's not like a salmon or a steelhead or anything like that.
Right.
Cool. All right. Thank you for the question. That was fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. And then how was the last one when I said take one of your 2 weights and convert it to ounces? Was that okay?
Well, it was until I realized I did number 4 wrong.
Oh! Well, actually, then it still was okay. Because even if you did number 4 wrong, you probably did number 5 correct on your wrong answer.
Yes.
Does that make sense, right?
So
Go ahead, Nika, go ahead.
if we did do it on our previous weight,
Yes, but your previous weights were incorrect.
yeah.
Just make a note of that on your homework so I know. Is that okay, Ellie? So Nika just asked a great question. I want to make it easy for you in the last day of class. She asked, if I did number 4 wrong, but did number 5 correctly on the wrong number, is that legit? And the answer is yes. Because I'm really interested in the process of how you did number 5. If you started with the wrong number, and you got the correct wrong, it's gonna sound stupid to say this, if you got the correct wrong number for 5, I can actually live with that. Does that make sense? Correct wrong number? That makes sense, Jess. So, and what was the magic number for weight? What did you have to, you may have had to Google it. What number did you need to convert pounds to ounces? That's the one. 16 ounces in a pound. So that's the one you had to use. A little bit of dimensional analysis like we did back in the day. So Nika, I love that you said you should have had girth squared. And that's how I started this lab. When I did this homework like a year and a half ago, that's how it started. And it caused like a rod. I'm throwing pens at Jack. It caused a riot in my class. What the hell is this? And then some people multiplied it by 2. I'm like, okay, let's take that out and then just put, you know what? I got a solution. I think I have a solution. Write the formula twice. Instead of length times girth. So put low weight, low girth of 800, and then high weight, high, that'll take care of it, won't it? That'll take care of it. I'm gonna say I'd fix it right now if I'm logged in. We'll do it.
Well, write it on there and take a picture.
I'll fix it to myself. Even better. I'll get it in my email.
More like
All
we
right.
can see it
So I like this idea very much. It's a way to fix it for the next class that's going to take this class. So Herbie homework, which doesn't have a Z in it. So we got to do low length times low girth, or maybe I'll use smaller versus low. That might confuse people. Smaller length, smaller girth, shorter.
No, what you
What
have.
you could do is short length and then low girth, because girth is kind of like weight.
I got you. I'll try low. We'll see how low goes first. And if it causes a riot next term, I'll change it to something else. High, length,
It's a process.
etc. Trust me, 25 years of teaching math. I never do the same thing year to year because it's a process. It's exactly correct, Ellie. I love that. Thank you.
You have many people every single term, so you can't cater to everyone.
Well, but I try to cater to as many as possible. That is my ever present goal, is trying to bring as many people into the math fold as I can. And if I can do it with something as simple as rephrasing something, hell yeah, I'm gonna do it. All right. Make sense? Give me those damn things.